Hello, welcome. My name is Ivan. Welcome to the Realistic Viewer channel. Today, we have a special first interview of the channel. I'd like to welcome Steven Cheng Moon. He is a medical specialist, a world traveler, and even more. But you don't want to hear it from me. Let's start with the interview.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Hi, Ivan. My name is Steven. As he said, I'm a medical student and I love traveling the world.
Yes, let's talk about your medical background. So, what have you learned? How long have you been studying already?
Well, actually, I started studying medicine in 2011, and here in Holland we have like a bachelor and a master system. So I've been studying now for I think almost 5 or 6 years.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
And I'm right now in my final year, and I'm doing my rotations. So it's very interesting. I love it, and I love the dynamics. I love learning a lot. So, and the journey it's been a long journey, but I think the best part was going to the practical skills, because in the bachelor you mostly study in books, and sometimes you have patient contact, and afterwards, after 3 years, you go into hospitals and you see patients, and I think that's the most interesting thing, and the thing that gets me most excited and gets me hungry for knowledge.
I see. So, are you already busy with your specialization, or is it really that you're going for more learning and getting more experience at this point?
No, it's still I think the education for a basic doctor. So it's just the first years to become a doctor. So I'm still a student. I'm not a doctor yet. I can't write prescriptions, you know. So it's after this year I'm gonna look for a specialization.
Okay, nice. So what are you thinking about? What lies your passion in? Is it more into, you want to do operations, do surgical work, talk about more interesting stuff? So what are you thinking about?
My ambitions is to become a cardiologist. And I think the heart is fascinating, and I also think it's very diverse. There's a lot of research going on towards the heart. It's still one of the most prevalent causes of death.
I see.
In the Western world, because a lot of people die of heart attacks or die of heart and coronary disease, vascular disease.
I see.
So it's still very important, and I think also as the population is aging, it's important to get those chronic illnesses and the illnesses that people have when they get older, and they have more illnesses and chronic illnesses, so they have them longer. You need to give them the best therapy they can get, and older people can handle big operations, so everything's going to smaller operations, smaller incisions, going endovascular, like inside the vessels, instead of an open operation like cutting someone open. And so I think cardiology is a specialism you can get really a lot out of.
Oh wow!
And there's a big development going there. So,
as you can see, people, he's going to be that doctor that saves you. So, can you give some advice to possible new medical students if they want to consider doing what you are doing?
Yeah, I think in every field, for every person, you need to find something you find interesting, and when I say find, you need to look, actively look. So not just wait and see what comes your way. You need to think about the things you want, think about exploring, and once you find something, you think, oh, it's interesting. Deepen that interest, get into it, read about it, see if you really find it interesting, and actively pursue it. And I think that's the moment when you come across something, find your passion, and you can go for it, and then you can do something you love, and be happy in life. And I think that's what it all comes down to. If I find something you love, and then you love, then it's not even work anymore. Because if you do literally work, then you work 5 days a week.
Yeah, and then it becomes routine, and then you don't like it anymore, and then you want to find something else.
Exactly.
So I agree absolutely with what you're talking about. Speaking of passion, you've been around most of the world already. So can you start talking about your experience with that? What would you recommend students, maybe people that just finished their study or just want to go to world travel?
Well, I think traveling is one of the most important things you can do as a person, you know, because it enriches and it teaches so much that you don't get in schools. And it teaches you about people. It teaches you how to be social. You know, it teaches you how to explore.
Yes.
And I think that's the most important thing because, traveling itself, I haven't seen most of the world. You know, I have been to a few countries, and I just recently got a world map in my room, like a scratch map, you know? Like you can scratch.
Are you putting some pins on it as well?
Exactly,
You're like,
exactly.
okay, I've been there, I want to go there, and then I'm going to go there that year and there that year.
That's the meaning of it. But now I see, you know, when I have the world map before me, and I've scratched off the places where I've been, it's like not even 2%. You know, it's like really a small percentage, and I'm really trying to travel. So I've been 3 months. I've been to South America, like Chile, Argentina, Brazil, and I've been traveling around, and it was the most amazing experience of my life. You know, I saw so many new things. I did a lot of amazing and also a couple of dangerous things, but those are experiences you learn from, and I look back and I really I really enjoy thinking about it, and really enjoy like thinking about the future, like how I can travel more. And my next journey is going to be Asia, and I want to work after I'm done studying. I want to do a world travel, like visit a lot of countries in a year or 2 years. I don't know. I'm going to try and travel as much as I can, as long as I can, because it's an amazing, beautiful experience.
You heard it first here, people. So let's think about the next question.
Yeah.
How much experience compared to, you know, the social interactions, how much has it improved since after your travel? So are you more able to talk to random people at once? And
I think traveling has taught me to just try stuff. You know, I think it's the art. It's the difficult thing is to incorporate what you learn from traveling into your real life here, like into your regular life. Because when we travel, we do things we don't usually do here. Like we go out of our comfort zone. We talk to people on the streets. You know, we're more social. And I think the thing you can take from traveling is you can also do it here. And if you can get that link, if you can get that connection and learn from it, and how do you say it, like
integrate it into
into your daily life, then I think you will get more out of life. Definitely.
Yes, true. Has also the fact that you've traveled to another country, multiple countries, of course, has it changed your perception of finding, for example, a job into another country? Do you think of, I like the Netherlands that we are here now, but there are so many new opportunities.
Definitely. The first time I started thinking about it, if I want to live somewhere else, except from the place I grew up in, it was when I went to Suriname, my birthplace, and I had like an internship there in the hospital in my first year of medicine. And the moment I stepped out of the plane, it was just so much warmth.
Yeah,
like literally. Exactly, and the people, the social, and the climate, and the nature. It's a lot more. It's different, but I love it. But I love it. You know, I'm a nature lover, so I go out. Or when I travel, I go hiking. You know, I love it, and that's the thing. You know, the most important thing, I guess, for people to realize, and I want people to realize, is that if you don't know what's out there, you can never make a good choice. You know, if you don't know what the options are, like if you've always been in Holland or always been in Europe and you have never seen something else or something different, you know, like instead of working here 5 days a week in the streets in a city, you can work in like abroad, next to the beach. You know, it's completely different, and it's a different way of life. And I think people don't realize, you know, for example, if you always go to a 1-star restaurant and you think, okay, 1-star restaurant's fine, I'm happy. You won't know there are 3 and 4 and 5-star restaurants, that are way better, and you can never you're missing out on a lot, And I know people say, yeah, I'm happy, so it's okay, it's good. But I think most people are just scared to explore, to see what's next, because then they see they don't have it all, then they see they want more, and they can, so just go for it, just explore.
Okay. So, we talked about the world travel. Now we're going to talk about some tips and advices that you can give people in regards to being more happy, enjoying life a little bit more. So what's your approach on that? How do you look at that?
Yeah. I think one of the most important things I've taught myself, I think when I was growing up, taught myself, it kind of snuck up into my life, I guess, but it's a kind of mindset. I think mindset is the most important thing you can have. And with mindset, I mean the way you look at things, There's a saying, you can't change what's happening, but you can change the way you look at what's happening, or how you react to what's happening. And that's the most essential thing in life, because if something happens and you take the positive out of the situation, it's easier said than done, but if you do something with it, if you learn from it, if you don't just sit down and
accept what's happening.
Exactly, accept what's happening. Because, for example, a personal example, I just got my contract at work didn't got extended, and I could have been down. I could have been, because it was a really
great
kind of move. Yeah. Sorry for my language, but it was kind of
we'll bleep that out. We'll bleep that out.
It was kind of a sneaky move, because I was for my internship I was 2 months abroad in South Africa, and it was an amazing experience. But when I got back, they didn't the conversation I was supposed to have with my boss, for extending my contract was in that period, and they didn't send me a letter, they didn't mail me, they didn't call me.
Okay.
So when I came back, I did not know I had no job. So that's when I heard about it, and then I thought by myself, okay, cool. After a year, okay, it's a bit nasty how it went down, but I'm okay with it, and now I have the opportunity, because I'm actually forced in a situation where I'm supposed to look further, and I don't want to go back. I don't want to go lower than where I already was.
So I want to
get
the next step.
Exactly. I want to get a better job,
yeah.
and I'm going to look for a better job, and I'm going to look for a job in my specialization of interest. So I'm going to look for a job in the cardiology, or I'm going to look for a job,
So you get them more experience out of it.
Exactly. So I think it's something necessary, and I'm going to use it to look for something better, something new, and where I can learn more from. So I think that's the most important thing you can do. Just look at it from a different view.
A positive view for progress. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And on that note, we'll end the interview. Steven, thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Realistic viewers, if you are interested in more interviews with Steven, leave that like, subscribe to the channel, and if you have questions, leave them below. This is Ivan from the Realistic Viewer channel, helping you achieve more.